Hey guys, Spamweeds here. I have no idea what I'm recording. Welcome to the next city I'm decide to visit on the not ECR, but BART this time. ECR is actually not that far. It's actually right there, surprisingly. Um, just this time around, I took BART to do this recording a little bit quicker, but I am here in, well, Mowbray. It's really interesting because the next couple cities down is really just commuter cities. I think I've explained that before in my last week's vlog. But this one I feel like there's an exception because it's actually a really decent connector city for a lot of transit. Not only for buses on the ECR, which is right there, but also BART, which is a little bit further, and Caltrain, which is really cool actually. It's very transit hub oriented around here. A lot of transit development happening here too. I'm gonna try my best to talk over this engine, which is really, really loud. But for the most part, Mowbray is just a normal commuter city, just like South SF. Technically the same thing for San Bruno. So there's not really much, but aside from like one little cool thing I found here, which apparently is closed. Only open on weekends, but I'm not sure if they're open on COVID, which is like this little rail museum that I didn't even know that was here. I'm gonna try our best to walk close to it, look around, see what they got. And unfortunately it's closed. It would have been really, really cool to visit that place. Because as a transit person, transit buff, I like trains and whatnot. So it would have been awesome to just go in there. But it's literally convenient because that's where Mowbray train station is. So definitely would want to visit here whenever it's open launch. Yeah, pretty much Mowbray is a definite commuter city. This one I think is definitely a rail town, considering this actual station house here. It was a rail town that served the corridor between San Francisco and San Jose. This definitely was a railroad town served by Southern Pacific, I think, beforehand, then Union Pacific, and then eventually Caltrain. Actually, the commuter rail service owns these tracks, which is quite rare in the United States. Oh, this would have been cool to look at. Let me just see what they got. It would have been cool to go here one day. Now, to be fair, I didn't really do much research, but I know for the fact about railways that this used to be like a railway central area. Well, railroad town, really. There we go. Yeah, Southern Pacific Railroad between, just only San Francisco and San Jose. Wow, built shortly after the inception of California. I'm not surprised. Colonial Revival. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's really cool. And it's been obviously rehabilitated to retain its old historical sense, I guess. Or design, really. Apparently, the original one got burnt down because a box cart exploded. Wow, that's interesting. Man, that's really cool. I wish I could have visited this place. The coronavirus threat. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, okay. So quite a bit of bigger trains actually did run this way. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays, Monday, major holidays accepted. That's actually really cool to see. Rail car right there. I remember seeing this every time I go southbound or northbound on Caltrain. But supposedly there are quite a bit more actually, of these railway museums on the corridor, which is pretty cool. With that, I'm going to try to walk downtown, see what we can find around here. Yeah, El Camino Real is really close by from Mowbray Station. It's literally right there, that road right there. Unlike San Bruno and San Francisco, we're getting a lot closer to El Camino Real, where ECR will run, and as well as Caltrain. Caltrain actually runs relatively close to it, too. So, knowing anything, I'm not going to be riding the bus as much. I'll be riding Caltrain more often. I'm gonna suffer on my tickets. But yeah, For those who wants to know, the bell is coming from an incoming train. It gets really busy here. And it's transit corridor. Okay. We'll see what else I can record around here. So what's interesting about this part of El Camino Real, it's very suburban. I think I've said that before, but it's definitely like a very suburban road. 3 lanes per direction, all that stuff. One interesting thing in Mil Brea is I'm literally steps away from SFO. And it's funny because I don't hear planes. Where did it go? Where are the planes when you need it? So I can start recording it. Yeah, I'm not that far from the station. Station's right there. I'm just gonna go down to their little downtown district here, a couple blocks. See what they got. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like for the most part. Just a suburban style with the wide boulevard that's El Camino Real and various buildings, various shops, various housing. So I guess it's not that bad. Got some restaurants. There are a lot of Asian restaurants actually. I'm just kind of surprised about that. A lot of, I think, Chinese, what else? Mostly Chinese actually. Huh. Maybe I'll do my research as I walk by. I should probably do that. It looks really cool to be here. So, in the 2 minutes I decided to do my research on Mil Brea. It seems like it had the same sort of like inception as like South San Francisco. I mean, first the Olojoy Indians actually stayed here, and then many of the people who, first the Spanish, then the Americans, decided to come here west to start their dairy farms. Apparently a lot of it was dairy farms, which I'm surprised. And I guess at the same time not, because, well, it's pretty flat land here. But yeah, most of them were dairy farms and whatnot. And then eventually it changed to more suburban lifestyle. But one true difference between Mil Brea and South San Francisco is how they came about in the turnabout of like the 20th century. While South SF became more industrialized for not only the war, but also just setting up industry in the Bay Area in a way. Mil Brea, on the other hand, just became, I think, more of a community until in like the 1940s they decided to, well, San Francisco decided to make their official airport, well, nearby here. You definitely see a lot less industry here. Like, I barely think there is any industry in Mil Brea compared to South SF, where if you're close to, especially close to the 101, you'll see a whole ton of industry. So this is definitely a more homey city. That isn't to say that South SF was one, but this one feels a lot more homey. And that's a really nice like downtown arterial too, so I guess there's that. Why am I bothered that that is Comic Sans? Anyways. Oh yeah, one fun fact, or fun story here. I did almost get a place here right in the smack dab of downtown Mil Brea. Honestly, it would have been that building right there. That was like a studio for rent. I almost got it, and honestly, being around here, actually, I wouldn't mind. I love my place in San Francisco, though. But I wouldn't mind living here. It's actually really nice and clean. But with that, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna sit down and enjoy the rest of this sunset that's going on right now. It's 5 p.m. where I'm at right now. I found a plane. I found a plane. Found it finally, for once. I just can't hear it because we're like behind it. But I also noticed that. Oh, a small clock. I didn't even know there was a clock there. No one even told me. Yeah, maybe I would have like lived in here. Incoming small insert here about Mil Brea and Caltrain. Hopefully in the future is actually going to be a full electrified system, and you won't see this diesel engine anymore. Basically this is meant for the California high-speed rail, but Caltrain actually have wanted to build out their system as an electric system for quite some time. So now they've already done it. They got the pantographs up. Not the pantographs, the wire. Most of the wiring up, or at least the one that holds the wire. Let's say that. Now just matter of getting the wires installed, and then they'll be running electric trains, and then it's not gonna be as loud as here right now. But in any case, I'm gonna head home. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. I'll see you guys next week at Burlingame. Thanks, Slow.